up, guys? It has been a while. I got very sick, probably with COVID. I went traveling. My voice is kind of messed up. The E30 is gone, so I'll insert the footage of that in here. All right, what is up, guys? So I have blonde hair. Gabe convinced me to dye it for a music festival we went to. I'm hungover and I feel like death right now, but I'm going to be raising the suspension on the E30 and pushing it out because tomorrow it ships out, and then that is the end of the E30. So let's get to that.
Oh, I knew you were gonna do that.
Oh, say hi to the family. Look at that blonde hair. Shit.
He was trying to copy me.
Yeah. It's gonna be a monster trucking. Gotta loosen this and then raise it at least 2 inches.
We're gonna have to go push it that way first. And turn it around.
What a crazy sight. Gabe fighting for his life.
I know.
Any final goodbye words? Farewell.
That was it. That cough.
What is your last words?
Crazy. Thank God.
Crazy. No hard feelings.
Yeah, it was a love-hate relationship. A lot of hate.
Yeah.
She didn't love me back. Very toxic.
That's why she's leaving.
Very toxic, yeah. Had to cut the cords.
Bye. That's crazy. Bye.
But today we're going to work on the Supra and we're going to install these new carbon fiber fenders. So first I have to move the other car so we have some space to work. And you can see there's snow on the ground. It is freaking cold here in Massachusetts. It's been like ages since I started the Supra, so hopefully it starts, but we're gonna get this cold start. It's kind of crammed in the corner though, so. Let it run for a minute because it hasn't run in weeks. And it's dirty. These are ready for PPF. So the whole car is PPF, but because this is in a very high, rock damage area, especially because the tire is going to be sitting here and flinging rocks back at it, I got it with a 10 mil PPF on it. Trying to see if I can show you. You can kind of see there's like a slight like marking of it on the corners here. Passengers. So I'll leave this one in the box. We'll do the driver's side first. We'll go from there. Alright, so to get started on this install, we'll start on the driver's side, basically. So to take this fender off and replace it with this carbon fiber fender, you can see that there is basically 2 bolts on the top, right there and here, and 2 on the bottom as well. Basically 1 bolt in each corner. So to do that, first we're gonna take off this black trim panel here. It's basically a bunch of these little plastic clamps you have to kind of pry up, and you have to be careful so you don't break them, so you can obviously put them back in. So we're gonna start with that. This plastic trim piece removed. You can see the top side of your fender here. So there is a bolt here. This is for a bracket. There's a bolt on the other side of it that's a little bit more difficult to get. So you can just get this bracket bolt right here. Another bolt right here. We're also gonna have to pop out these inner fender liner kind of trim pieces, and then we should be able to access the 2 bolts on the bottom side of the fender right there from the inside. Update. There is another bolt right on the inside of the fender here, right in the center of the back that we gotta get to. So I'm gonna just like wiggle my hand in there. All right, bolt is out, but I dropped it. So we have to get this inner fender liner trim out, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to cut it anyway because it's not gonna go onto the new fender. We took off this bottom corner bolt underneath. We have the fender liner off. We can kind of peel this back. There's 1 bolt in that bottom corner, but this plastic trim right here is just clipped in. So now that we can kind of peel this back more, let's push this out and we can access it. All right, now we can get to that bolt right there. That bolt, this side skirt kind of piece that goes underneath, the bolt is right here behind that. So what we're just gonna have to do is peel it back and kind of get it with a wrench. All right, bolt's out, but now I need to get the fucking side skirt out. I gotta just take the bracket off of this, and and we're also probably gonna have to transfer over these things, the bolts. But when we do it, we're gonna flip this bottom corner one over so it's not as fucking miserable to go up. All right, cut that fender lining part out. So hopefully we can make a little bit more room to squeeze this in place. So if you do this install, this bolt right here is super painful. So make sure you take this, you flip it over, and then just put it back on. So when you go to put that bolt back on, you can access it from the front face instead of having to go on the inside or the back. All right, so it looks like the fitment isn't terrible here. I think it's gonna need a little bit of massaging when I bolt this into place. I'm concerned about the bolt placement of this one right here, but it kind of looks like it lines up with the hood well, despite the bolt placement not lining up very well. So we're gonna figure it out, but looks pretty clean so far. We'll see if we can get it in place. This is all buttoned up. I have my underglow lighting. I just taped up a little bit, tried to clean up some of the wires so it's not hanging, but did some zip ties over there. This looks like kind of the final fitment on it for now. I'll show you in a little bit. So this is the first side done. You can see the fitment's like not perfect. There's seems to be a little gap here. I could try to see if I can bend. There's like a bracket right on the inside of this. I can see if I can bend the bracket up a little bit to help with the spacing. But if I had to guess, it's probably the mold. Overall, pretty good fitment. This corner was also kind of hard to fit, but it's pretty tight here and then pretty loose here. So maybe there's something to be worked here, but maybe this bracket needs to come down a slight bit to help bring this side up. But these brackets are also, there's brackets in the center and at the bottom. Those are pretty tight and it kind of follows the curve. It's not perfect. You can see there's a little, it's slightly off right here. And the curve isn't perfect, but that's hard to notice. But yeah, this is the biggest gap here, which is great, but I think this will manage for now. I can mess with the fitment a little bit more, but it looks pretty mean. Since it's the holidays, I have my peppermint mocha creamer, and it's been making my coffee so good. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up this install video. So it looks like everything made it up pretty well. Definitely had to kind of force it in a couple areas, but once you got those bolts lined up, the fenders seem to be pretty good. Can't really complain for them being like half the price of some of the US vendors. So shout out to AliExpress for hooking it up. And yeah, man, that's it. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see anything else or have any suggestions, if not, please like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. Thanks, guys.